Welcome, my friend, to this Operation Greatness Freeing the Matrix Parasite Cleansed Focused Wealth Immersion Action Pod number 76. We're meditating today. This is entitled Pause and Breathe in This. I am the earth, the sun, the stars. Remain in your power, your focus, the truth. Return here as needed. When you hear the words, we're going to meditate here, what comes to mind immediately up for you? Do you feel like, oh, I can't meditate. My head is way too busy. I have way too many things going on. I don't have time for this. Is there resistance? Or do you sit, relax, become centered, return to your center, become mindful, and pause and take a deep breath, and you're ready to go? How much is meditation a part of every moment? How much do you know the results, the effects from pausing and turning within yourself, letting go of the day-to-day grind, getting off the hamster wheel, getting out of the automatic routine, and becoming mindful, present, right here, now? Do you do that once a day? Like when you awaken, do you go right into meditation? Do you do that at the end of the day also? Do you do that anytime you're outside? Like if you're moving between your car and the office or work, or when you're driving somewhere, or when you're walking to your car, do you just automatically lapse into meditation where you're just taking a pause, taking a breather, removing your attention from the day-to-day grind or the stuff of the daily world, and you just take a deep breath? Return home is what I would really describe it as being. And it's like you're taking that record, the needle off the record, and then you're just present, communing with life without a care in the world. And notice that difference. You can relate at some level to what I'm talking about. Pausing, it's like you're taking the needle off the record, and the record is the stuff occupying your attention any moment, just running around in circles, and you're just pausing and you're disconnected from the program and you're reconnected with life. So how do you describe, this is really important, so really hear this message, really see this, go within and recognize this, remember this, do this now, that moment where you just disconnect from all of the stuff, the mental and analysis in your head, and you're just still, quiet, silence, in peace. In peace, not at peace. Or is there a difference there? That's mental stuff. It's semantics. You are peace. You are silence. You're one with, and then there's nothing after that. No word because you're just one. You're at one-ment. So I want you to be very clear when you feel that, when you know that, when you are there, because that's how you're meant to be. Is that just something that, like, has it been days since you were there? Instead of that being just where you have taken your consciousness by doing the work? Do you have to, quote, do something to get there? You recognize that is when you are at home, when you are at peace, or when you are peace. That's the journey, that's the work, that's the reward for the work that you are doing every day to reach that place. It's like this is coming right now to mind. I am whole, I am complete, exactly as I am. Let's say that together right now. I am whole, I am complete, exactly as I am. You know the power of the words I am, do you? What do those words mean to you? It's like when you are present with I am, anything that comes after that drops away. It's not I am Dan or I am your name or I am dad or I am mom or I am entrepreneur, I am leader, I am nothing after that because there is no limiting the I am. Not I am me or I am this or I am that. And then anything outside of that is not me. No, it's just I am. There's no there's no identification as objects. There's no limiting the unlimited. Please make that deep, deep contemplation and go within that. So I want you to recognize when you fall into meditation. Meditation is a consciousness. It's not something you do. You don't meditate because you are meditation. This is an advanced teaching. It might not connect right now with you, and that's okay. Because you are whole, you are complete, just exactly as you are. Anything to the contrary, any beliefs, thoughts, old habits, old programs, none of that is real. Because you are whole and complete exactly as you are. Feel that, breathe in that. So I invite you to meditate, which means to return to meditation, which means letting go of the fears, doubts, and worries that were where you were giving your attention instead of just breathing in and being. How does that feel? So if you're not ready to, if you're not ready for that, then I invite you to become aware of when you are peaceful in your center, in presence, right here now. Like, is that when you go outside? Is that, like I was saying, like when you are Like when you close the door from where you were, like in that box, like work or home or house or children time or eating time, and you're just kind of like, oh, I'm free. I'm not chained to my responsibilities, my duties, my identifications, and you're just like, oh, I'm free. I have no obligations, no commitments right now. I can just take a moment to breathe. I can just take a deep breath and relax and let go. Is that what that means for you? Maybe that's as much as what you had allowed yourself to know. Maybe that's how much you hadn't allowed yourself to know meditation before, because meditation is natural for you. That is who you are. That's your natural place, is to be in that stillness, in that silence, as pure peace. Or you could say pure love, joy, wellness, well-being, prosperity. That is who you are. And you could call that the I am presence, or you could call that the presence of God or the Holy Spirit, whatever words you use to describe that which is. So I invite you to go deep within that recognition and just notice like when you're there and how did you get there? What did you do? You probably closed the door. You probably left the situation where you felt you were just being pulled by your responsibilities, your duties, or the things you needed to get done. And most people, I would gather, that's all they know because that's their whole life, moving from one fire to another fire, another stress, another obligation, another commitment. And the back of their mind is always like the hamster wheel is just always turning. Okay, I got to do this. Now what's next? Okay, I got to do this. And they're like shortness of breath. They're not like long, deep inhale, pausing there. Because did you notice that, like I talk about taking the needle off the record, that moment between the in breath and the out breath, there at the top and at the bottom of that sine wave, if you graph your breath, the inhale, and then think of it like a roller coaster. When the roller coaster is just near the top, the power to the roller coaster shuts off and it's just the momentum. So there's perfect stillness and peace right at the top of that roller coaster. There's no movement, no motion. And for that brief moment, there is perfect stillness, connection with God, oneness. That's that sacred moment. I mean, go there now, feel that, because that's where you are connected with stillness, silence, God, the I am presence you are. I mean, feel that, like take a deep breath, and at the top of the breath, you are there. You don't have to do anything or go anywhere. You are there. And then when you start to breathe out and when you have emptied the lungs, that's the bottom of the roller coaster. I mean, notice that in the roller coaster, the up, just at that moment, the momentum, when you turn off the roller coaster, the electricity or the power to that motion, there is just stillness. So the motion carries you over. And then at the top of that sine wave, if you're leading your own Operation Greatness chapter in your community, then you're doing the video of this and you're seeing me demonstrate this with my fingers. At the top of the roller coaster, when the motion has stopped and it's just turning over very quickly, very slowly, I should say, not quickly, there is that moment where there is no motion, there is just stillness, and then the gravity carries it over, and then the momentum of the gravity is what causes the downward motion on the sine wave. And that's how your breath works the same way. At that moment, that's the present moment. And you could say everything on the way up was the past, and on the way down is the future. And yet, right there, where there is silence and stillness and the presence, that's the now moment. I mean, you can and you're meant to live your whole life this moment right here now. And that gives you a visual, though, and every breath you take, at the top of the breath, your mind stops. That's what I want you to recognize. Or at the bottom of the breath of that sine wave, your mind stops. So that's where you can be present with every breath you take. Let's do that together now. Take a deep breath in. Notice that when you're holding your breath, your mind stops. That's like taking the needle off the record. How are you using this? How are you experiencing this? Your mind stops. There's no thoughts when you're holding your breath. That's taking the needle off the grind, off the hamster wheel. Use that as often as you want. If you've never experienced that before, then go deeper into this. This is how you're owning your power, commanding your destiny. This is how you are communing with life, with God, with love, with the currency of life. You're in the currency of life. This is how you silence the chatter and can hear what's called the still small voice of God, or being present with life and knowing the right direction to take. This is how you're connected with your intuition. How are you using this now? Now that you have experienced turning off the mind, silencing that voice, now you can stop and reflect, how well is that voice serving me? Or was that the voice of old programs that you're ready to let go, heal, reintegrate, come back to your center, and let anything not serving you, supporting you and the person you are right here now, you're letting all of that go. And you're replacing that with the fullness of, I would say, of God, because God is the word I use personally to describe the infinite, unlimited, of which you are its expression in the world. Let's do this as a part one, and let's stay here, and let's tomorrow do part two, where we're going into I am the earth, the sun, the stars. And you can play with that right here. Let's play with that now. I mean, I'm inviting you to go within those words, I am the earth, the sun, the stars, and to experience you as you really are. Remain in your power, your focus, the truth. Return here as needed. Like anytime you're not there, return there, because that's who you are. So let's stop here and just work with this. Do this on your own, and then let's talk about all of this in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. If you're not yet part of there, then make sure you are, because this is where we're all helping each other move past the old programs and live our divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. Like, for example, you're here to be of great service to everyone you can, and there's no limit to that other than the total limit, the total number of people alive right now and all of those not yet born. you're able to lead, inspire, transform, and liberate every one of the humans on the planet and all humans not yet born. I believe that's why you're here on the planet now, is to be of great service to everyone in our human family. Does that feel right to you? Is that aligned with who you are? Who you really are, not how you had before limited that expression? I mean, talk about all this in the freeingthematrix.com mastermind. We're all here to be of service to each other, and by you're God's gift to the world, and by being the gift you are, that's how you experience the happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace of mind, success, prosperity, meaning, impact, contribution that is your destiny to live. So the focus on being of greater service, this moment, how can I serve more people? This moment, how can I be of greater service? That's the guiding star, the North Star, leading you toward your destiny. So breathe in that. I am here to be a great leader. I am here as the inspired visionary leader of every one of my online friends. This moment, how can I serve them more? How can I be of greater service to everyone I am blessed to have connected with me? Like, for example, leading them through this action pod number 76. And in each of your posts that you're making right from the beginning here, pause and reflect on each point yourself, and then share your reflections as separate posts as you are bringing in each of your online friends into this action pod number 76. Pause and breathe in this. I am the earth, the sun, the stars. And then, like, so you would say, like when Dan was saying, we're going to meditate. At first, I was like, oh, I don't have time for this. I'm way too busy for this. But then something inside me was like, no, he's right. This is your time. And then I was like, okay, I'll take a minute to do this. And then he was like, wow, what he's saying, I really know is important. I need to hear this. And you're going to want to do this too, to get out of the grind, to get off that hamster wheel, to stop that chatter, even just for a brief moment. And yet in that moment is eternity. So this is the eternal present, the eternal now. And I'm really experiencing this, and you're going to want to take this. This is part of your self-care to do this. So do this, and then here you're giving the people, all your online friends, the link, which is your link into the freeingthematrix.com mastermind, and you're sharing this with them there in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind, and you're leading them through your invite people link that you got on the About tab in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind, because you're transforming the lives, you're liberating the lives of every one of your online friends. They're doing this with you, and they're seeing your experience, your results, your thoughts, and they're like, wow, I want that. And so they're going to follow your leadership, your inspiration, and that's how you're serving them, because you're transforming them, you're liberating them. So by you getting your 1,200 people who are getting their 1,200, you transform the lives of 1,440,000 people getting their 1,200, and that's 1.72 billion people you transformed. That is your potential, that's your power. I believe that's your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma to do that. So do that. So right now, if you haven't yet gotten your invite people link from the About tab in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind, then do that first. And then go back to the beginning and pause and reflect and really feel all of this. And then share your feelings, your experiences, your results as separate posts. And then take all the posts that you're sharing and put them into the essay you're sending me personally at dan@danklatt.com, and then share that essay also in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. And we'll go deeper into this. Pause and breathe in this. I am the earth, the sun, the stars. And share your results all day today from meditating on that, from feeling that, from breathing in that. I am the earth, the sun, the stars. And we'll go deeper into that in part two tomorrow. I love you. I believe in you. I know how much of a great person you are and how you are here to make a huge, huge, huge difference in the world because that is your gift and contribution to our human family because you, my friend, are God's gift to the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.